Hello, welcome. This is blockchainbloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Atla Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that yesterday's Bitcoin flash crash could caused by fake news. What exactly? I'll show you in a second. Then we have the money supply growth in the United States at the level of -4, and we haven't seen this on this level since the Great Depression, so it's pretty serious. And the third news is all about that Chinese yuan overtakes American dollar as China's most used cross-border currency. So guys, all this in today's video. Don't forget, every day I put a couple of fresh videos here to keep you up to date, short videos, long videos. So if that's important for you, then definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel and also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. So let's start it. And for start, as usual, let's have a look at the Bitcoin price and some other crypto prices. Well, Bitcoin is actually up 0.5% in the last 24 hours, 28,897, holding itself now quite okay after the flash crash, what I'm going to discuss in a second. Ethereum is just tiny little bit up, 1,880. $1 at the moment. When we're looking at top gainers, Multiverse X is up 12%, Injective 7%, Kronos up 7%. Among the losers, Terra Classic is down 5%, Dash 5%, Singularity Net 4% down. Yes, okay, and when we're looking at here, we're going to look at the Bitcoin price in a second. In the first news I'm going to discuss, so what caused yesterday's flash crash? So yesterday, actually, Bitcoin went down 7% in 1 hour, and actually then it came back. So it was at 29,850, and then suddenly it dropped to 27,789 US dollar. And here you can see it quite well. So this one, what I'm talking about here, this is on the 15 minutes chart, so you can see how sudden this drop was. And actually, people believe that the reason for it was that the blockchain analytic firm Arkham Intelligence incorrectly was sending out an alert that wallets linked to Mt. Gox and the United States government had begun shifting large sums of Bitcoin. And, you know, this went out, and of course, after that, it was spreading on Twitter, for example, this here, you know, this tweet and so on and so forth. And of course, if something like this is out, then it's causing some panic. However, when you're looking at the blockchain data, nothing like this happened, and actually there was a bug in their system which sent it out here on the tweet. They actually wrote it that today we fixed the bug related to the Bitcoin alerts that caused us to no longer understand alerts and so on and so forth. Anyway, so actually they fixed this bug, and actually they denying that they caused this crash, because they're saying that this alert actually went out after the crash. However, you know, when some bad news hit the market and it starts to spread, then people start to act on it, so they started to sell. However, it was, you know, figured out pretty soon that this is kind of fake news and shouldn't worry about this. Therefore, we can see that Bitcoin price after that straight away went all the way up almost to the level it was, and it was like, you know, at 230, 215 we were here, and when we were down at 10:15. So anyway, you can see in a couple of hours, we kind of recovered, and now doing this kind of sideways movements at the moment. Okay, but because of this, a huge long liquidation happened. Look at this. In that hour, because this year's an hourly, about 118 million US dollar was liquidated, and then in the next hour, about 944 million. So just in these 2 hours, about more than, what's that? Almost 160 million US dollar because of this kind of quick price drop and then recovery. Right, okay, now the next topic. The next topic is all about that the money supply growth is actually at -4 when you're looking at the M2. And what is this exactly, and why is this a problem? I'm going to tell you now in a second. So first of all, I share the screen and show you the money supply growth, this M2 growth rate. And what is this exactly? So basically, M2 is measures of the US money stock, okay, to understand it. And we can see it that it's right now at -4. We haven't seen this at this level in the last 90 years, not even in 2008 and some other bad times what we experienced. Last time, at the Great Depression, it went even further down. But even before the Depression of 1921 or the Panic of 1893 or the banking crisis in 1970, it wasn't at this level, -4. So, and this is basically because of the quantitative tightening by the Fed, what they're pushing actually right now quite hard. And so what is causing this in the system? For example, when we're looking at just the First Republic, reports for the fourth quarter this year, then we can see that actually year-over-year data that their loans in total actually went up 22%. On the other hand, the deposit, were down 35%. So you can see it that you cannot just simply continue like this. Loans going up and the deposit in the bank, it's just going down. So this is actually not healthy. You cannot keep going like this. Which means that they have to really change cut their loans. And if they do so, then basically that means less money for the companies in the future who actually will need money during difficult times, but they just cannot simply do this. And not just them, it probably goes for other banks as well. And because of this, the money supply growth can actually go further down. It's already at -4%. So look at what happened to the Great Depression, which can cause businesses to close, people going to be fired, so the unemployment rate is going to increase, and actually leading into to the recession. Not talking about actually the other one here, which is the the businesses who are actually in debt now, and the debt for corporation, you can see it increased significantly. This is the curve from since 1950, and it doubled. It doubled when you're looking at since 2008, and right now it's at $20 trillion in the fourth quarter of 2022. So basically, it was that data, but it's pretty much accurate, and it's probably just higher right now. Which means many companies are already in debt. And they're still going to need money, but money won't be available for them. So more printing is coming. We do know where this is leading. So it's pretty bad situation. And because of this, really, the recession, it looks even more and more possible right now for the second part of this year. But we're going to see it. But these are just the facts. Right, okay, and now the third news is all about that the Chinese yuan overtakes the US dollar as China's most used cross-border currency. So let's talk about that. So you can see it, I'll show you this one here, that actually, you can see here, this is the US dollar, the blue line. Here you can see the white line, which is the Chinese yuan. And here, the first time, now it actually overtook the US dollar. How is it possible? More and more countries started to use actually now Chinese yuan. And here is the next one in the row. Argentina is going to pay for Chinese imports in yuan rather than dollars. So you can see that Argentina will start to pay for Chinese imports in yuan rather than dollars. The government announced Wednesday, basically yesterday, measures that aims to relieve the country's dwindling dollar reserve. And actually in April, it aims to pay around $1 billion US dollar of Chinese imports in yuan instead of the dollar. And thereafter, around $790 million of monthly imports will be paid in yuan. The government said this in their statement. So we can see that actually the line is getting longer and longer. The countries, they are rather willing to use for this cross-border transactions, the Chinese yuan, paying, for example, for the Chinese import in yuan rather than dollar, which is, again, pretty bad for the United States and bad for the dollar, so not making the situation better for them. So guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, every day I make a couple of fresh videos to keep you up to date, short videos, long videos. So if that's important, then definitely subscribe, because if you hit subscribe bell button all, then you will get the notifications as soon as a new video is out, and then you won't miss any important news. You will stay up to date, and this is very important if you are in this field. And also, if you like this kind of content, what I'm creating, then definitely hit the like button. Actually, now, if you would like to. See you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.